Hello, SimWorld. It's your boy Sniper J here, and I'm with the victorious, the champion, Coach Dre Pope. Coach Dre Pope, how you doing?
Man, when I tell you I'm so happy, I'm just as happy as when I had my first child, man. This is amazing feeling, man.
Winning a championship, it never gets old. You can never get rid of that feeling, and it's a piece of history that nobody can take away from you. Tell me, how does this championship feel tonight, Coach Dre Pope?
Validation, redemption. Um, you know, it was a lot of stuff that happened with Bay Area last season. Um, carry over to the off season. It was a lot of talk, a lot of trolling, a lot of people doubting us. Um, we started off the season ranked number 20th in the power rankings. We lost our first two games in our first tournament. Um, we righted the ship, changed the scheme, and we did what we set out to do. I had the people here, the players here that understood my vision, understand the, understood the culture that I wanted to establish. They brought into it, and they just been a living, breathing examples of what my idea thought of a Bay Area burger is.
Absolutely, Coach Dre Pope. And
Just so I'm loving.
would you say, Coach Pope?
I know what you're saying is it just feels so amazing knowing that we overcame all that to win the championship tonight.
Absolutely. And speaking of overcame, many people came into this championship game. They see the big, I'm not sure if it was y'all were the ranked 13th or 14th team in the tournament and y'all playing the number 2 team in the tournament. People, I'm pretty sure people looked at that and was like, "Oh yeah, best coast ballers should win this game hands down. They're playing against an inferior team according to a number." How did you get your team to not even worry about that and just play basketball and win the game?
We won two tournament titles. They won two tournament titles. In my eyes, when we came into the last dance, our records were 0-0. So it was easy for me to get them right, get them focused. You know, they're a top 3 point shooting team. We're a top 3 point shooting team. I have the league leader in 3 point percentage on my team in the eighth. I have one of the best bigs in prep. I have a core general that I trust in Jay Midoriya. So we wasn't worried about that. We wasn't scared. We was ready for the challenge, and we overcame it like we always do.
Speaking of the players, man, just take some time to give them their flowers, and I'll do the same right now. Jig Lee, what a monster, right? He's a monster inside, scores anytime he wants, the commands a double team in the paint. And you said you got it. I love what you said about Mr. Midoriya, the court general. I mean a court general. I'm sorry, I'm using my stuff. I love that. Just talk more about your players and give them the flowers they deserve being champions.
Man, Jeek Lee, been such a he's been such a blessing for us. When I changed the scheme into my high post that I usually roll with, it just opened everything up. It opened him up, and with that opening him up, it opened everybody else up. And just his presence alone, it made teams harder to guard us. Jamie Doria, he's been the best team captain I ever had. He's been so communicative. He's been in the lab every single day, along with Trey Bird and Shane Jackson. He at 16 years old, he commands that respect that he talked about, and he's just such an awesome captain, and very appreciative of him. Trey Bird, he was a guy that I wanted prior to season two, but I'm so happy to have him one of the best 3-point shooters. I know his season didn't start off as good as we would like, but layup tournament, the last dance, he really did his thing. He always been a team player. He was willing to sacrifice whatever was needed for the team. And for him, this was the best way to send him off to Georgia Tech. Shane Jackson, he's a sniper as well, man. He can create. He can score at all three levels. He's one of the level headed. He was a level headed for us. He was our common factor, and I can't say enough about him. And then my son Andre Pope Jr. He he's one of the reasons why we won on the defensive end. He did his work. He's taking in blocks. He's one of the best interior defenders in the league, and he's shown that throughout the season, especially in this tournament. I think one of the last games he had 7 blocks. And I'm proud to call him my son. He earned every bit of you know what he did. I didn't give him anything. I expected him to work for everything else like all the other players, and I just appreciate the faith that he had in me.
Absolutely.
And then Jamie Ramos, he came off the bench. He started a couple of games too. Um, he's been locked in. He's been one of the floor generals for us too. And he made a sacrifice coming off the bench this season after starting last season, and it's just been a wonderful team, man.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Y'all are the champions, but I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know, Coach Pope, what is next for not just the Bay Area Breakers, but what is next for you as well?
I expect Bay Area to be in the same position they in next season. But I think a lot of people are aware. The team is aware too that I do have my eyes set on moving up to SWU. My players support it. Everybody supports it. So whatever teams comes calling, I'm willing to listen to them, and I want to just get with a great program and get started right away.
Absolutely. And that's a great response, Coach Pope. I'm pretty sure your phone's going to be ringing tomorrow morning from a lot of different SimWorld U institutions because now not only are you a champion, I mean, you're a proven winner, you're a proven recruiter, you're proven that you could build a program from the bottom up. I would be knocking at your door if I was in SimWorld U management or school organization, whatever they call it, that hire coaches. But just to finish this off, man, congratulations on the big victory. It was well deserved. I know it was a long season, and nobody is more fitting to win a championship than you and your team, Coach Pope. So, congratulations to the Bay Area Breakers, the Season 3 Last Dance champions.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. Um, it's no other place like SimWorld Prep, baby. Hey, we the
Amen.
champs. They up.
And that's the truth. Hashtag see the game, be the game.